on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? How's your day going? My day is going frickin' fantastic. It's been an interesting day. Every day is interesting when it comes to me, right? I think everyone's days are interesting in their own very special and unique ways. We all have our stories, right? We all live our lives in the ways that we want to live our lives, right? And everyone's story is going to be different, right? Anyway, it is late. I'm back at Red Morton Park for episode number 782 of Walking with Purpose Live. I've got lots to talk about. I'm going to scratch the surface with what I'm going to be talking about here on this walk. And then, more than likely later tonight, this might even be late night, I'm going to share more on a stream from the studio. Because the changes to the channels have started. The changes have started. And I don't want to create a whole lot of confusion. I want to tackle this head on, and I want to hit it head on. Charge forward like a bull. I want to hit this the same way that Kamala Harris has been hitting Donald Trump. Man, what a story, man. I got to tell you. For the first time in Donald's life, he doesn't know how to handle the situation. Like, I don't even know what to say, man. And I'm not trying to piss off anyone that's a Trump supporter, because we've got some wonderful people here that are Trump supporters, and I love these people dearly. I love these people like their family. But regardless of my views, I just think it's funny how Trump is really, really scared of Kamala Harris. I think anyone that would be going up against Harris, male or female, should be scared of her. She's a phenomenal and very accomplished woman, very intelligent woman. A former prosecutor that knows the law practically better than any one of us. Certainly knows the law better than Donald Trump. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Trump. We'll do that another time. We're going to be talking about some updates here. Channel updates, the name change, what this means, how far along are we, how much more work do we have to do? Oh God, there's a lot of work. When you're doing a major rebrand, it's a lot of work, but actually, the cool thing about it is I'm actually more so consolidating. Consolidating, not consolidating. I'm more so consolidating. I'm more so integrating my coaching business more so with my business and my organization that I've been running since 2011. Now, the former, Coach Elias Melas channel on the main channel, and this channel was formerly Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. These channels have always both been a subsidiary of the GNA. But now that I've shifted the focus a little bit of the GNA from more of a networking organization with a personal development aspect, because even when we were just networking and connecting with people and sharing leads and referrals, we still taught people personal development. Now, we still help people with their networking. We're still going to connect people online and offline. But our main focus is going to be personal development, because here's the thing. How can you do any of this if you aren't well versed and understand? I feel that in order to be a successful entrepreneur and run your own business, or to be successful at anything in life, right? Personally or professionally, you have to believe in personal development. You have to always constantly work on bettering yourself, learning more, becoming a better person, becoming more emotionally strong and stable, right? Learning how to deal with people, right? All different types of people, good, bad, and indifferent. Learning how to brush things off. Learning how to just say, hey, you know what it is, right? Instead of complaining about every little thing. Personal development allows you to handle things more, I'm going to say it, respectfully, professionally, and maturely. Some verbiage I used to always say, and I'm going to bring it back because that's my girlfriend Dawn's channel name, respectfully, maturely, and professionally. She, changed up the words a little bit, but you get the hint, right? Without personal development, you go into things blind. And you can still learn things going into things blind. It just takes longer, and you're going to make a lot more mistakes. But if you become a part of an organization that shares stories about our experiences through its founder, myself. So let's start off here. How's this going to go from here on out? How are these shows going to be introed? Right? I've always been the president and founder and owner of the Genuine Networking Association, or GNA for short. Now, I shortened it to president and founder because I don't have to put owner in the title. That just goes along with it, right? It's important if you're the founder of your company to acknowledge that, because the founder is the visionary. The founder is the one that created the vision, or that's created the vision of the organization, right? So from this point on, you're going to hear me address myself as, hi everyone, I'm Elias Melas. You can call me Eli for short, and I am the president and founder of the Genuine Networking Association, or GNA for short, where we help people with their personal development so that way they can accomplish whatever it is that their hearts desire, personally and professionally. Because your personal development affects your professional life too, not just your personal life. The more you develop yourself personally, as a person, as a human being, the better off it's going to be for you both personally and professionally. Right? So, let's see. So I'm going to address the changes already started. Obviously, the channel names have changed. I did that All right, we are back live. We are back live. Give me a second here. Sandra Palacio, you beat me to it. How you doing, Sandra? um, that was Dawn that called me. I forwarded her a text message earlier that one of her doctors sent her, and she thought it was something else, so I had to clear up what it was. Dawn says hello, by the way, and she apologizes for using the bypass of the do not disturb to break through my show. Well, do not disturb is on, but obviously, the ones you love, you put them on the bypass list. They can call you in the middle of your show while you're live. It's all good. Love you, baby. I do. It's all good in the hood. Oh, Sandra. Sandra Palacio, some people will never change. Some people are set in their ways. They're not open to suggestions and change and bettering themselves, right, Sandra Palacio? Hey, Sandra, how are you doing? Can you hear me okay? I'm in the shitty reception area here right now, and this is where it usually either cuts me off or the quality goes down a little bit. It's a horrible signal. She says, "Yep." Well, I know. I don't know why this area here. There's got to be some interference around here in one of these homes or something. Oh yeah, I can hear you. Okay. So we're rolling okay today, even in this shitty reception area. Okay. Anyway, thank you for being here, Sandra. I hope your night is going well. Let's continue here. So, last night, I changed both channels. Coach Elias Melas, the main channel, is no longer that. The main channel is now called GNA, Genuine Personal Development. Now, putting in the word Genuine Networking Association on a YouTube title, you're only allowed 50 characters. It won't fit. And it's just too long. So, if you go to the main channel now, by the way, you can still access the main channel from the former links. YouTube.com/LifeCoachEli and YouTube.com/Coach Eli 2. There's no way to get rid of those links. Those are the old custom URL links that YouTube no longer uses or allows you to change or delete if you already have them. Now YouTube is using the handles, with the @ sign, right? So you can change that. But the older links still work if you had them before the transition to YouTube handles became the custom URL, where you can also use the handle to mention people as well too. But anyway, so Coach Elias Melas is now GNA, Genuine Personal Development. GNA stands for Genuine Networking Association. And I titled it that way because people that search for the channel, search for personal development, they're not going to know what GNA personal development is. They're not going to know what GNA stands for unless they go to the channel and look at the banner. Within the banner, the logo is there. The new GNA logo is there. And it also says at the top in nice script, Genuine Networking Association, GNA, Personal Development, all right? And the title of the channel is GNA, Genuine Personal Development. Now, on Coach Eli 2, Authentic Live Streams, that's the former name there. Here, which was formerly known as Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. This is now GNA2 dash Genuine Live Personal Development. So you see the difference? The channels are being branded the same way. It's being branded through the Genuine Networking Association, where we've specifically changed our class code to personal development because that's where our main focus has been over the last 5 years and will remain to be. We're still going to be networking. We're still going to be connecting people with their next power partners and possible clients. We'll still be doing networking online and offline in person, okay? But our primary focus is going to be helping you better yourself personally, internally, by motivating you, inspiring you, okay? Sharing our stories with you regarding our mistakes, right? We're going to be focused on spirituality, motivation, inspiration, right? Self-help, stuff like that. Because I'll tell you the number one thing that has helped me with my personal development over the years is just being around people. Let me tell you something. When you're around other people that are doing something similar as you're doing, for example, I became an entrepreneur 15 years ago or so when I started my insurance business. And I had some experience with public speaking, but nothing like I learned through becoming self-employed, attending other people's networking events, and then eventually running my own networking events through the organization I created in 2011 called the Genuine Networking Association, or GNA for short. So this channel again has changed from Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams to GNA 2 Genuine Live Personal Development. What we are going to be doing here will primarily not change. The Walking with Purpose streams will still continue. All of my shows that I do, live or pre-recorded, are still going to be branded as Navigating the Modern World, but instead of calling them Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, they're going to be called Navigating the Modern World with Eli. That's it. It's one word. It's literally one word, right? And to be honest with you, one word that really doesn't mean shit. It can mean something. But it really doesn't. It's just a label. It's just a title, right? And even though to a certain extent, I will always consider myself a coach, and so will many others, I don't need to have that title to keep doing what I'm doing. I don't feel the need to have that title to feel important or to feel like I'm something. I already know who I am and what I'm worth. The titles don't mean shit. Now, we've got to have titles in order to be able to identify, what people's purposes are and what they do and why they do what they do and for what company or business they do it for, right? So for identification purposes, that's the point of having titles. But besides that, titles don't mean shit. Titles don't mean a damn thing. You know why? Because the only thing that matters is what you do as an individual, what you create as an individual, right? Right? I mean, you could call me Coach Shithead for all I care. That's just a title. Those are just words. It doesn't take away from what I'm capable of doing, what I've done, and what I will do more so in the future. And you should look at things that way as well, right? So we've got new channel banners. They are perfectly formatted to fit across all devices, including if you go to my channels or the channels that Don and I run. If you go to these channels that we've been running for a while, even from the YouTube app, you will see it perfectly fits there. Now, if you go on a laptop or desktop, you'll see some black space in the left and right, and you'll see all the letters and images down the middle. That's done that way so it could fit on every device, including mobile phones. We changed the color to a shade of black background. I think it looks pretty nice. I did the artwork myself. I did the banner myself. I created the logo myself. Everything I've done myself. This is all coming from myself. Let me let this person pass on by. Give me a second, Sandra. One more lap to go, and it's going to start getting dark. I couldn't get out here earlier. I'll share more why. Well, let me just share why now. I took the dogs for their rabies shots at the Petco. Wasn't too bad. We got their rabies shot and another shot that is important to get. And both dogs, and I gave a little donation to Petco's Foundation for Pets. $90 a piece, $180 to vaccinate both dogs for rabies, and I forgot what this other. It was like a distemper. It's another necessary vaccine. Both these vaccines, 3-year dosages. Now they do make 1-year dosages. Last year, Don and I, we had to get the dogs vaccinated at the last minute because it was a requirement to have proof of vaccination to put them in a pet hotel, like the Petco Pet Hotel. And the only place we could do it with an appointment like next day was at this veterinarian hospital near San Francisco. And for both dogs, it cost us like $650. They did an exam and all that too. But so did Petco. Petco did pretty much the same exam pretty quick. Both dogs for 3 years. We don't have to go back for 3 years. $180 for both dogs. Vaccinated for the next 3 years. Fucking fantastic. Thank you, Petco. It's a great. Petco is really, really good at that. So I took the dogs one by one because the Petco's like just under 2 miles from where we live. I took Bochi first. And then I came back. Bochi had a 3:18 appointment and Buster had a 4:30 appointment. Came back home, picked up Buster. And these dogs are so domesticated, as are many dogs nowadays. And so, we take them out when we can, but they're more so stay home, right? And so when they get onto a social setting, they're like excited and they pee and poo everywhere. Let's just put it that way. And I was prepared. I already knew what was going to happen. But I got it done, got them vaccinated all by myself. Dawn was home. Actually, I did join Dawn on her therapy session earlier with her therapist. All I'm going to say regarding that is it went very well. And I actually found this therapist for Dawn 2 years ago. Dawn loves her, and I think she's amazing too. She's a phenomenal psychologist, clinical psychologist. She's very, very good. She's straightforward too, like me, and Don too. Don and I, that is. I'll share more about, um, when Don's going to return and when we're going to create some more content in just a little bit here. But let's get back to. Let me take off the sunglasses. It's going to start to get dark. Let's get back to the rebrand here. So there are new mentions for the main channel at GNA Personal Development is for the main channel, and for this channel here, GNA 2, formerly known as Coach Eli 2, the handle is at GNA 2 dash live personal development. At GNA 2 dash live personal development. We're simplifying the process. I'm simplifying the process. I'm putting everything under one umbrella. The Genuine Networking Association GNA is going to be everything that I work under. Well, I don't know if I'd say under. It's my business. I own it. I started it. I own it. But let's just say for figure of speech, I'm going to be working under that umbrella regarding anything and everything I do. Because as of last year, when there were some issues I was dealing with regarding my business, I ended up solving those issues. I ended up taking care of those minor issues. And now the GNA, Genuine Networking Association GNA, we have a business license here in the city of Redwood City. We also have an LLC, Genuine Networking Association GNA LLC, with the state of California here, the Secretary of State office. And we also now have, for the next 5 years, and then we just renew it, we have our fictitious business name legally, which is known as a DBA, doing business as Elias Melas DBA, doing business as Elias Melas DBA, Genuine Networking Association GNA. And we've got our other documents, the Federal Employer Identification Number. We've had that forever. Our seller's permit with the state of California. If we're going to buy taxable items and then resell them with tax, you're only allowed to charge tax once. Can't do it twice. So you have to have a seller's permit if you're going to sell stuff. So that way when you go to a distributor, let's say you go to a distributor within your state, you give them your seller's permit number. It's also known as a resale number. And they don't charge you tax because you're going to resell the products they sell you, make a little profit, and you're also going to charge tax on those taxable items. And then you collect the tax, and then at the end of the year, you pay sales and use tax. So it's pretty cut and dry. But we've been working on the infrastructure, and this has been a long time in the making, folks. This has been a long time in the making. I've been wanting to take the GNA, the Genuine Networking Association, to the next level for over 10 years. We've been around we've been around since 2011. So over 13, probably almost 14 years. About 13 and a half years, right? And now we're ready to go full force and truly help people accomplish whatever it is that their hearts desire, personally and professionally. You start here, you Come hang out with us. Become friends with us. And through the friendships that you make with us, it's going to build you up with your confidence. Your confidence will grow. Everyone initially is going to be shy to a certain extent, some more shy than others, right? It's going to help you overcome your shyness. You're going to get over your stage fright. If you think that I was always able to just set up a stream, get this selfie stick and microphone and just start talking for hours with confidence, if you think that happened overnight, no, it didn't. If you think I was never shy or timid or scared, you're out of your damn mind. I've been through everything most of you have either gone through or are currently still going through. And because you're going through that, it's probably holding you back from wanting to fulfill your purpose if it involves creating content online or any public speaking, whether it's in person or doing live streams on YouTube or any other platform, or just even creating pre-recorded videos is rough for some people. Even though you're not live and you can always edit them, right, and redo them, some people are so shy they have a hard time just doing a pre-recorded video that they don't have to put out. Now, if you're live, you can never take it back. But that's like the main vision here is to help people overcome setbacks, to help people get over their fears, to help people get over the hump that's holding them back from accomplishing what they were meant to accomplish. Everyone has a purpose, and everyone has ideas of things they want to create for the world. People will come out and say, yeah, I really want to do this. I love doing this, but I'm afraid if I make videos or go live, I'm going to screw up. You are going to screw up. You're going to screw up for a while. But until you put yourself out there and screw up enough, like I did in the past, and I still screw up now. Of course, I screw up much less, but I still screw up. But I was majorly screwing up initially because I was feeling just like you. But I just kept going. And I didn't give a shit about what anyone thought about me. And that's the thing. You gotta put yourself out there and not give a care about what anyone thinks about you. I've had a lot of haters on this platform for the last 6.5 years. And they're still coming at me to this day. All right? Every now and then, I might come across a clip of what some people are saying about me. And I may watch it for a few seconds and I'm like, whatever, I got other things to do. In my head, I'm like, go fuck yourself. You're not worth it. Right? I don't even feel the need anymore to do streams and come out publicly and tell these people to go fuck themselves because they're not even worth that. Right? So you got to take all that into consideration. You got to just focus on yourself and bettering yourself and not letting anyone get in the way of your future success. Because I'll tell you this. No one's ever been trolled as severely as I have on this platform for the last 6.5 years. But I'm still here. Why am I still here? Because I believe in myself. I've always believed in myself. I believe in my purpose. I believe in my vision. And I believe in the people. And because in my younger days, I used to let people tear me down. I used to allow people to make me feel sad and miserable, and then I would cry and stuff, and I would whine and complain. And I'm not saying every now and then I don't do any of that. I think even the best of us are going to have our moments, no matter how good we are at keeping our shit together, right? But in my younger days, I used to let it get to me. When I first started out here on YouTube, I let it get to me, right? And I just kept on going and going and going and going and going. And here I am, right? And we used to get massively trolled. We still get trolled, but we get trolled much less because even the trolls are realizing it's just not fucking worth it, right? Part of what I like to do to help people out here through the GNA, and I'm going to say, folks, I'm going to be referring to, my company and these channels as the GNA. Just know the GNA is Genuine Networking Association. I think the more we say it at the beginning of the shows, we'll say it one time or maybe a few times, but after a while, people will know when we talk about GNA over here, we're talking about the Genuine Networking Association. And the reason why we're the Genuine Networking Association is because everything that we do to help the people is authentic and with their best interest in our hearts and souls, heads and hearts, etc. Right? Everything we do at the GNA is about treating people the way we'd want to be treated. My vision has always been to treat people the way I'd want to be treated. If I don't want somebody to screw me over on a sale or regarding something, right? Then why would I do that to other people? Why would I do to other people what I wouldn't want done to me? Right? And there are many people, even out here on YouTube, that do things that they wouldn't want done to them, right? They do things that they wouldn't want done to them. And then they complain when people call them out on that stupid shit and even go further to try and hold them accountable. Right? The GNA here doesn't deal with any of that bullshit. We cut all that bullshit. We know that you have enough bullshit in your life. We know that everyone and their mother and father has tried to sell you everything under the sun just to make a buck. We know how people are, right? The GNA is not trying to sell you a pipe dream either. We're not saying that if you join us, you're going to miraculously be the next Jesus Christ or Mary, the mother of God, right? We're not saying that. What we're saying is that if you walk alongside us, not behind us, not in front of us, if you walk alongside us, you're going to be on your path to reaching success, as long as you do the work. The only way that you're going to reach success is by doing the work and understanding that sometimes certain things take longer to accomplish than others, and it doesn't mean that you're failing. And even if you do fail along the way, that's part of the success process. Failing is part of the success process. So I've made most of the changes. I'm also in progress of changing some other URLs. My PayPal.me link. I have a GNA business PayPal, and I also have a personal PayPal. And that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to separate your personal from your business. So basically, when donations come through, they come through the GNA, and then that's how I file taxes. If you folks understand out there, there are many people out here on YouTube that don't understand that you need to pay taxes on donations. They're taxable. PayPal, Cash App, they are taxable. You need to pay taxes on those, right? So I separate that. But now, because there's an issue that PayPal's having, I had to contact them to delete my paypal.me/Coach Eli donation link. Now, I have other ways to get donations through my coach.eliasmelas.com website, but I'm not promoting that anymore. That website will be going down soon. I'll still keep a copy of it, but it's not going to be live anymore as part of the changes. But because my paypal.me link isn't active, I'm going to have people send any PayPal donations to my personal PayPal, and then I will forward that money. To the GNA over there. Give me a second here. Until that link gets fixed. I've contacted PayPal support. They said they're doing some upgrades because I tried to create a new link. It wouldn't let me do it. And I reached out to PayPal support again, and they said, we're working on this. We've expedited this. We prioritize your account, blah, blah, blah. I'll keep trying daily. But for right now, you'll be sending any PayPal donations to paypal.me/Elias Melas. That's going to my personal PayPal account, and then that will be forwarded over to the GNA PayPal. So that is that. Cash App, I'm no longer $, the real Coach Eli. I am now $Elias Melas. So on Cash App, I'm ELIAS MELAS. Now, I believe I updated Nightbot to share those links. I believe I've also updated them in the description sections. Now, most of everything has been updated, but there are some things that haven't been. I am still in progress of doing it, so forgive me. Now, I need to change. See, it says, please subscribe to my main channel. That link will still work. The youtube.com/C/Coach Eli. That link still works, but I'm going to change it to say, subscribe to my main channel or our main channel at www.youtube.com/@GNA Personal Development. So that's going to change. But I'm not seeing Nightbot put out the donation link, so I got to see what's going on with that. I don't think I disabled the donation link. It just hasn't popped out yet. Anyway, folks, we've got 61 people here. It's getting pretty dark. On the last leg of my last lap, we are at 45 minutes. And please get any final questions, comments, or concerns in the chat here. Oh, another thing. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start simulcasting my in-studio live streams to Facebook again. Because now's the time to bring in the original GNA members that have still been a part of the GNA behind the scenes and through the group pages on Facebook and LinkedIn. I mean, there's a lot of people. And I still have 3,900 Facebook friends, and I'd say about 3,800 of them are non-family members. They're business members. 100 of them are family members and other people like that. I used to have like almost 4,700 Facebook friends out of the 5,000 max. But over the years, over the last 6 years, that I was focusing more on YouTube, and we really didn't run many in-person networking events. And I haven't been too totally active on Facebook, especially my personal timeline. I lost a bunch of those friends, and that's going to happen. But some loyalists are still around. I still have 3,900 friends, and that's a pretty decent real audience to bring back the GNA in a modern form. Because a lot of these people are great entrepreneurs. They're great people. They're a great referral base. And they're very supportive, and I'm very supportive of them. We're going to start really deeply leveraging everything that the GNA has built. And I'm not trying to say I'm all that. I'm a humble person, but I built most of this with my bare hands. I had some help. I mean, yes, there are people that helped me run events, but the vision. I used to always create all the events all over Northern California. I used to take all the videos and pictures and upload them to Facebook and upload the video. I did everything. Like, I wasn't only the president and founder. I was also the video producer, video editor, uploader, and everything else. And I had people helping me run the events. I had leaders of each chapter of our GNA in different parts of Northern California. But I pretty much went to almost every event in Northern California. I was very involved. I was also writing insurance policies at Starbucks or in my car or my laptop. And back then it was 3G, then 4G. Now it's 5G. It's better. It was better when it went from 3G to 4G, but imagine, 3G was okay, but it was not like 4G LTE, and then now 5G. I was writing policies, sometimes out of a Starbucks or other establishments. There's been a lot that's gone into the vision of the GNA. And it's finally going to start going where I've always wanted it to go, where it should go. The GNA is not about me. The GNA is about the people, for the people. Okay? Yes, you have to have some structure. I'm the president and founder, and I'm proud of that because I want to make it all about the people. Because most things that people create nowadays or get involved with, are just about somebody making money in a selfish way. Somebody making money in any way, shape, or form. Rather than somebody providing a lot of free value initially and making an honest amount of money down the road. That's always been my vision. Build the foundation first and then build the building and then have people come. Like in Field of Dreams, they said, if you build it, they will come, right? If you build it, they will come. I've been spending the last 13 and a half years building this organization. Yes, I got sidetracked, sidestepped. Yes, I was thinking Coach Eli was the right way to do this and integrate it with the GNA. And after all this time and everything that I've experienced, I finally realized that what we're doing right now is the right thing to move the organization forward. Because when you call it the GNA and don't call it Coach Eli, you're not making it about you. And I never made it about myself in the first place, but using the coaching title makes it sound a lot more selfish than just saying, hey, this is the Genuine Networking Association. This is what we do here to help people. Join us today and start your journey of personal and professional success, free of charge, right? And if you get value from what we provide with our personal development and our network of great people and support, and you choose to donate to support the organization, feel free to do it here through Super Chats, Super Stickers, channel memberships, Cash Apps, PayPals, etc. You have no obligation. You can come here and consume all the content you want for free. As long as you're a decent, reasonable person, you're not trolling, you're not attacking, you're not hating, you're more than welcome to come, even if you never spend a penny with us. But if you are getting value and you have some extra money and you believe in donating to support good cause-based organizations like the GNA, then we'd appreciate your monetary support as well. Because let's be real, we can't do this unless it's funded. That's just the bottom line. I'd love to do it for free, but that's just not possible. We're at 52 minutes. I want to just mention a few things about Don real quick before I go off the air. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but Don and I had a conversation with Don's therapist. And there's a reason why the therapist actually invited me on the call. Normally I'd go into my office and let the ladies talk. But I went to the office to get some work done, and then Dawn called me and she said that, the therapist wants you on the phone. Okay. And it was a great conversation. And I honestly feel that both Dawn and I got a lot out of this. And listen, folks, there's nothing wrong with therapy. It doesn't mean you're broken or messed up. Even people that, are in a good place can use therapy, right? And yes, you know what? I like the therapy too. I'm not saying I don't need therapy. Maybe I do. Who the hell knows, right? Maybe I do need it, right? Maybe we all need it in this world we live in nowadays, right? But because of, the emotional stuff that Don's been dealing with, right? I really wanted to see what can we really do to start turning this around. And the answer was I needed to get involved on one of those therapy sessions. I never had a problem doing it. I just didn't want to intrude, with Don's therapy. But both Dawn and her therapist invited me on, and I gotta say I'm really happy because after the therapy session, before I took the dogs to the vet, well, to get to Vetco at Petco to get their rabies vaccinations and others. Before I took them there, we had a conversation, and she was like, "Wow, you know, what an amazing therapist, you know." Yeah, I said, "Babe, you've been all right. That's really really annoying." God, these young kids revving up their engines because they have small pee-pee syndrome, right? Small pee-pee syndrome, short man's complex, right? So we're gonna make up for it. We're gonna make up for it by gunning our supercharged cars and possibly killing someone in the process, right? Um, but yeah, no, it was great, and the therapist put us on the plan. Also, um, encouraged Dawn to, to eat more. Uh, let's just say the therapist got through to her, and Dawn started eating a lot more today, and she seems to be getting back on track. So, with that being said, the reason why I mention that is because I miss having Dawn on the channel, and she misses being out here for the good people that care about us, both her and I. And she's going to be back as soon as possible. We're going to see how the next 4 days go. I guess there's this new, um, this new movie that just came out. I think it's like a superhero movie, a combination. I can't remember what it's called. But Dawn wants to go see it in the movie theater. And we might go see it Friday if she keeps up her eating regimen for the next, 3-4 days. ODN with the $5 super chat. Good stream. Much love to Dawn. Hey, brother. Thank you so much, ODN. Wow, dude. You came out of nowhere, dude. Have you been listening to the whole stream, dude? Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, dude. ODN, I really want you to be a part of the GNA, dude. I really want to do some content with you. I think you and I should probably do more pre-recorded type of content. We could put it on the main channel. ODN is looking. Okay. Yeah, the eyes. The lurking. Those are the lurking eyes, right? I'm lurking. Thank you again for your $5 super chat, ODN. Wow, God bless you, man. Hope you're staying safe in your travels, man, and in your work. But, if Dawn continues eating at a healthy level like she did today and does that for the next 3 days, then I'm going to take her to a movie. It's just a thing I'm saying to motivate her, right? Motivate her to eat a little more and get her nutrition back on track, and then she'll be rewarded. And that's what the therapist said too. I'm like, okay, it was nice to hear that from another woman saying that, you know what, you should just never give everything to, your woman. You should reward her for good behavior. Coach Corey Wayne used to say that, reward your woman for good behavior. Reward your woman for good behavior. I'm hearing something. Nope. Nope. That's not me. All right. All right, we're back live. We're back live. Yeah, those kids were saying, "Is that Coach Eli?" And I said, "No." And I went offline for a second. Like, "You're not live?" I said, "No, I'm recording videos, pre-recorded." It's like, "You don't post your videos anywhere?" I said, "Nope, they're private videos for my business." I'm done with being trolled. Anyway, GNA, sorry, G. I think tickets to an SF Giants game is a great reward. Sandra, you want to send me the money to pay for that? Because it's going to be a $500 night between tickets, driving there, parking, and food, and gas, and everything. Sandra's laughing. You know, the movie is going to cost $85 on its own. You know why? Because we like to go top notch. We like going to, um, we watch movies at Cinemark. They're one of the best movie theater companies in the U.S. They bought out Century Theaters, and they have what's called Cinemark XD, which is 4K. It's a bigger screen. It's kind of like their version of IMAX. And then they also have these D box seats. So between the Cinemark XD and the bigger screen and the 4K, the D box where the seats will shake along to the sounds and movements of the movie. The tickets alone are going to be like $50. And then, we're going to get some popcorn and hot dogs and shit like that. And movie theater food's expensive, but it's good. So, yeah, it'll be like 80, $85. That's still expensive enough. I mean, come on. I live in the Bay Area, Sandra. You no longer live out here. You know what I mean? I like to eat and drink at the games. Well, Sandra, you worked for the Giants. You got in free. When you work for the Giants, do you get free concessions, or do you still pay for them, or do you get like discounts? Like, how does that work? So you're probably spoiled at the fact that you worked for the Giants. You got in free, obviously. You're getting paid to work for the Giants, and then you're probably either getting half off concessions or you're getting free concessions. Like, come on, Sandra, tell us your secret. And then you're telling me, oh, come on, rewards your woman, nothing free and no discounts. Okay, but you get in. But you get in for free, right? You're working there, so you don't have to pay admission, right? So you don't have to pay tickets and you don't have to pay for parking, right? Please tell me that when you work for the Giants, you get free parking and you get in for free, because then why? I'm just cute, so peeps buy me stuff. Well, that's cool too, Sandra. Whatever works and whatever floats your boat. My question is, I get paid to watch the games. Right. So, but you don't pay for the tickets to go in because you're paid to watch the games, right? Hey, Angels Asylum, how are you doing? We're about to go off the air here in a second. Anyway, so yeah, Dawn, I would really like to do a stream with Dawn, maybe sometime this weekend, maybe even Friday night. We'll see. It's just that, like I've been saying, the last couple of weeks, it has nothing to do with me. It's been really rough emotionally for Dawn because she misses her family. I don't blame her for that. And that's what really upsets me. And that's why, to anyone that's still wondering why I flipped off her mother on a stream the other day, that's not even watching my streams, because it's not fair for Dawn to be dealing with all this emotional trauma when her mother and daughter could easily fix all this. Like I'm flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted, at the situation where, somebody needs your emotional support, like your daughter needs your emotional support. And instead of supporting your daughter more, so you support your daughter's daughter more than your own daughter. That's pretty fucked up in my eyes. And that just, it's just I could do everything right, and I've tried to do everything right. Like I do the best I can. I love Dawn. I give her the world, but I can't control what her parents do, and what her parents do, what her mom does, and her daughter does to her, affects her no matter how good I am to her. So what the fuck am I supposed to do, right? But you know, Dawn is feeling positive about it today after talking with her therapist. Her and I talked with her therapist, and she's starting to eat more again, and we're just going to focus on building the GNA, connecting with great people, taking this to the next level, and letting people see who we really are, including our families. I don't think no one likes to see the people we love in emotional distress. Well, Sandra, like, here's the thing. I give Dawn the world. I'm good to her. I'm always good to her. And she's still depressed and miserable because of her mother and her daughter. So it does affect me, right? And all I'm saying is, as her mother and her daughter, they're both adults. Why can't they both grow the fuck up? Why can't they both just grow the fuck up and understand the support that she needs, that Dawn needs right now? Got some trucks pulling in and out of here. They're driving really, really slow. Anyway, hopefully Dawn and I can do a show sometime this week. If not, it'll be sometime next week. She really misses you folks, and I miss doing shows with her. I miss the on the couch shows. I miss the in studio shows. I miss having her on any show, like even the Driving with Purpose shows. Like Dawn is funny. She's funny as fuck. She's the funniest woman I've ever met. I mean, I mean, she brings shit, man. I thought I was funny. Well, I'm not funny. I'm not really funny. She's funny. I hope you both do a show soon. Yeah. I'll let her know, Sandra. I'm hoping we can do a show maybe sometime later this week. All right, folks. I might do another stream later on tonight. I got to work on some more stuff regarding the transition of the Coach Eli brand, all going into my original brand, the January Networking Association, or GNA for short. Again, Coach Eli has been retired and going back to my original branding, which was always there at the same time, but now it's going to be the only thing. My name is Elias Melas. You can call me Eli, and I'm the president and founder of the January Networking Association, or GNA for short. With that being said, thank you everyone for being here. Have a good one. Take care, and as always, be good to each other. See you all next time. Good night. Take care.